Now we have gone about with looking at the different aspects of critical thinking. Now let's focus on how do we actually get with the steps of what this critical thinking is all about. Now what we do in this critical thinking is first we try to identify the problem or the question. It is very well said that a problem well understood is half solved. So to be precise as possible, the narrower the issue, the easier it is to find solution or answers. The second thing that we do is to go about with finding a solution to the problem, we gather data, opinions, arguments, try to find several sources that present different ideas and points of view. The third thing that we do is we analyze and evaluate the data and the sources, whether they are reliable or not. Are the conclusions backed by data, or are they just argumentative? Is there enough information or data to support the given hypothesis? Now let us say what this word hypothesis stands for. It is a tentative or a temporary conclusion. Next, what we do is we identify assumptions. Now we try to go about ascertaining, are we sure about the sources we have found? Are they with an element of bias, or are they unbiased? Are we sure we aren't biased in the search for the answers? Next, what we do is we establish importance of the significance. What piece of information is most important? Is the sample size sufficient? Are all the opinions and arguments relevant to the problem we are trying to find a solution for? Then what we do is we make a decision, reach a conclusion, identify various conclusions that are possible, and decide which, if any, of them are sufficiently supported, weigh the possible strengths and limitations of all the possible options there. Then what we do is we present or communicate. Once we have reached a conclusion, we present the solution to all the stakeholders. So this in brief were the steps that were involved in critical thinking. Now we try understanding, like, how is this going to be useful or benefiting to learn about this topic of critical thinking. Critical thinking is beneficial for many reasons. It helps students to better, probably at school or college, by improving their ability to understand, construct, and criticize arguments. It can help people succeed in their careers by improving their ability to solve problems, think creatively, and communicate their ideas clearly and effectively. It can also reduce the likelihood of making serious mistakes in important personal decisions, promote democratic processes by improving the quality of public decision making, and liberate and empower individuals by freeing them from the unexamined assumptions, dogmas, prejudices, and their upbringing in the society, their age. Few conclusions. We will try to focus on what this critical thinking can do to us. Now let's understand that it is not very hard, it's not rocket science, it can be learnt by everyone. Although some people are more inclined to think critically than others, and although some people become better at it, the others, everyone can improve how he or she can think when tackling with issues and problems. Now we need to be trained. We all have the ability to think critically, but like many skills, we need to be taught as to how do we use it. Now let us say another thing that is there. We forget to think. We are in an automatic mode most of the time and just plainly forget to tell ourselves, maybe I should think about it a bit. I teach critical thinking, but for some reasons I myself forget as to how to use it when the need actually arises. We need to practice. It's like any new skill. If you don't practice it, you don't get it, or you become good at that. Practice doesn't have to take long, often just a minute's while you're conducting your everyday business activities. You just need to remember to do it. You must have a need to learn this stuff. It might be based on a desire for self-improvement, more responsibility, or promotion. You may have a crisis or an elusive goal to achieve. Maybe it's corporate directive, or you're looking for a breakthrough, looking just to survive or looking to do something different. So it's pretty simple. All it requires is a desire from you and a bit of an effort to think critically. And this is one skill, as we have already said, what is mentioned in the list given by the World Economic Forum there. This is something to stay in the future. So it's essential that we go about with understanding it ourselves. And to put it in simple words, critical thinking is thinking about our thinking.